I'm Kelly Saraceno at Longwood Gardens. I'm joined by bonsai expert Kevin Balicki. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm really excited to learn what we're doing today. I see wire behind you here. What is it that we're going to do with that wire?
Yes, well, we have this encompassing juniper you see here, and today we're going to be wiring all the branches. And wiring is a technique we use in bonsai for directing the movement and the shape of the tree. I'm looking forward to showing you how it's done.
I'm going to let you do your thing. I really look forward to learning about your wiring techniques.
Great, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start by wiring this encompassing juniper, and I'm first going to start by wiring all the thicker branches first, and then I'm going to go to the medium and then the finer branches. And I'm going to wire the lower branches first, wiring them into position, and then wiring the upper branches into their place. So for this design, I see this as the potential front, and I'm going to end up wiring this apex or the top of the tree over in this direction to form the canopy. So this here is aluminum wire. This is specifically designed for bonsai, and they come in multiple different sizes. This here is a 5mm, and they go all the way down to 0.5mm. So the selection we choose is based on the thickness of the branch. We typically choose a wire that is 1/3 the thickness of the branch we're wiring. Sometimes it's a little difficult to wire that very end without a lot of leverage that you get on a long strand like this. So I come in with a pair of pliers and tighten it at the very end. Right, now that we have the two thickest branches wired, this one and this one, I'm going to go through and wire some of my secondary branches. So I will be going through and wiring these two together with a medium-sized wire. I'm never completely wiring one branch all the way out. I'm wiring it just around the very edge of it here, then I'm wiring the other side to help stabilize the wire before I completely wrap it around. Now that we have our secondary branches wired, we're going to go through and wire some of our finer branches here, and I'm going to use a smaller gauge wire, something around a 2 to 1mm gauge for that. So I've gone through here and I've wired the lower primary, secondary, and tertiary branching, and the reason we do that is so we can direct the growth of the branches. So once we wire it, choosing the appropriate size wire, 1/3 this thickness of the branch, We then have the ability to move and shape the branches, and they'll hold into place based off where we position them. For example, if we bend the branch like this, it'll now hold in that position.
Kevin, thanks for sharing your wiring technique. We wire for what reason?
Well, we wire to put shape and movement into the tree, and it allows us to control the direction of growth, and allows us to create our overall design in the tree.
Now, how long will these wires stay on those branches?
It depends for every tree and how vigorous it's growing. But for this tree in particular, I would say about a year and a half you would keep your wire on for. And that's all dependent on if the wire is biting into the tree or the branch is starting to grow around the wire. And that's an indicator. That's the time we want to really go in and remove that wire.
Would there be an opportunity to have to rewire the tree then at that point?
Absolutely, yeah. So depending on if the branches hold into the placement you want and if a redesign is needed, we would go back in a second time after removing that and go wire some of the branches again.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly made the technique look easy enough. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you.
And thank you for broadening your world by learning in ours.